In his monthly briefing to the Security Council, UN Special Envoy Martin Griffiths gave a grim assessment of the situation in Yemen. The only glimmer of hope, another effort by the UN and the International Committee of the Red Cross to try and arrange a mass exchange of prisoners.
We expect to see the parties this week in Switzerland to continue their discussions on the implementation of prisoner exchanges. What I hope is that this meeting will actually result in the release of some prisoners and some evidence of the implementation of those commitments, particularly given the threat of COVID-19 in places of detention.
Security Council diplomats hope a prisoner exchange would be a confidence-building exercise, potentially leading to a wider political deal. But the news from the ground is not good. Violence continues to rage, and the UN's humanitarian coordinator says they've had to cut funding to the most needy, in part because the countries of the Saudi-led coalition have not come up with the money they promised to give the UN.
Several donors, including the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates and Kuwait, who have a particular responsibility which they've discharged in recent years, have so far given nothing to this year's UN plan. It is particularly reprehensible to promise money which gives people hope that help may be on the way, and then to dash those hopes by simply failing to fulfill the promise.
The risk of an environmental catastrophe in Yemen hasn't been lifted either. The UN thought it had an agreement from the Houthis to send a team aboard the Safa, the damaged tanker they fear could rupture, spilling over 1 million barrels of crude oil into the Red Sea. But there's been little progress, and the risk of maritime ecological disaster has not been averted. James Bays, Al Jazeera.